I also wanted to say that in this particular business summit, we'll work towards the objective with your support, and we'd like to institutionalize this as an annual platform, bringing together all our businesses in our BIMSTEC countries on an annual basis. And at some point in time, I'm sure we would also explore as to how we could even host this in different parts of India as well as other countries. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to once again thank you and welcome each one of you to this inaugural plenary, and a very, very special welcome to all our ministerial dignitaries who have come from other countries and our own Honorable Minister, Mr. Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you very much. May I now request Mr. Sanjeev Puri, the President of the CII, to give his remarks, please.
Honorable Minister, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's a privilege to welcome the BIMSTEC grouping to the first CII BIMSTEC summit that will explore and enhance the economic potential of this region. BIMSTEC can be a powerful platform as a global manufacturing hub, technology powerhouse, and a preferred investment destination. It can make significant strides in digital transformation, infrastructure development, and financial inclusion. Industry, as large economic organs of society, has a crucial role to play in fostering closer collaboration, investing in the region, creating jobs, and promoting innovation and inclusion. CII members are very keen to engage with counterparts of the business community in the region and to explore how we can drive this agenda forward. May I take this opportunity to suggest 5 areas where this collaboration and the growth of trade and investment can be examined and explored. First of all, I believe the economic integration and trade facilitation are at the core of BIMSTEC. We must work together towards reducing trade barriers, simplifying customs procedures, and harmonizing standards to create a seamless business environment. The establishment of a BIMSTEC free trade area is a goal we should strive to achieve at the earliest. Second, improving regional connectivity through integration of road, rail, and sea routes will facilitate trade. And this is particularly important for landlocked countries like Bhutan and Nepal. Third, energy security and green energy is one of the key areas of collaboration for dealing with climate change in our beautiful Bay of Bengal region. A common grid could converge our mountain economies with the blue economy and also enable us to address the challenge of energy transition together. Fourth, the region is immensely vulnerable to extreme weather events, and this demands a common approach to climate adaptation and resilience building. Joint weather stations, sharing of knowledge can help us take advanced actions to adapt to floods, cyclones, drought, and other natural disasters. Fifth, given the imperatives of food security, there is a need to build farm resilience, which is the most vulnerable to climate change today. We must harness our agriculture resources to build joint agriculture research, technology transfer, and value chain development. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, we can build a BIMSTEC that is not only economically vibrant, but also socially inclusive and environmentally sustainable. This summit provides a forum to exchange ideas, forge partnerships, and chart a course for the future. We look forward to your guidance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanjeev Puri. With that, may I now turn to His Excellency Mr. Indrabani Pandey, the Secretary General of the BIMSTEC, to give his special address.
For your prayers, Republic of America. Honorable Minister of Industry, Commerce and Supplies, Srinagar, Nepal. Honorable Deputy Ministers, Heads of BIMSTEC delegations, Sri Sanjeev Puri, President, CII, Sri Banerjee, Director General, CII, esteemed business persons from BIMSTEC member states. Namaskar and very good evening to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to join you all at the inauguration of the first BIMSTEC Business Summit. I commend CII for taking this path-breaking initiative to host the summit, and I thank the Government of India for supporting it. I would also like to thank External Affairs Ministry of India for its abiding commitment to BIMSTEC, as reflected in the initiative to host the retreat of BIMSTEC 5 ministers in New Delhi last month. The External Affairs Ministry of India has also proposed a number of new initiatives, including this business summit, which will take the regional cooperation within BIMSTEC to new heights. Since the inception of BIMSTEC in Bangkok in 1997, the critical importance of enhancing intra-regional trade amongst the BIMSTEC member states has been underlined both by the governments but also by think tanks, media and academic institutions. The intra-regional trade amongst the BIMSTEC member states is quite low compared to, for example, intra-regional trade in other regions like Asia. Recognizing the need to overcome the challenges in impeding the growth in intra-regional trade, the BIMSTEC leaders had decided from the very beginning of BIMSTEC to give the highest priority to negotiating a BIMSTEC FTA. A negotiating committee was set up and was given the task of negotiating the constituent agreements under the framework agreement. 6 working groups have been formed to engage in negotiation of the constituent agreements. While the TNC had since held 21 meetings, it has still not been able to conclude the negotiations on the constituent agreements. I am delighted that the ministerial plenary has been scheduled tomorrow, and I am hopeful that it will provide the requisite impetus to the start negotiations, and we will be able to make swift progress. I urge the trade ministers and secretaries to endeavor to conclude the constituent agreements by June 2027, when the BIMSTEC would celebrate its 30th anniversary. While we endeavor to make progress in FTA negotiations, in my view, negotiation of the trade.
Namaskar. Esteemed ministers from BIMSTEC member states, His Excellency Shri Indramani Pandey, Secretary General BIMSTEC, Sanjay Puri, President CII, Mr. R. Dinesh, Chairman CII International Council, Confederation of Indian Industry, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General, Confederation of Indian Industry, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar, good evening. It's a great pleasure to be a part of this inaugural BIMSTEC business conclave. The timing of this event is appropriate, coming at the third after the second BIMSTEC Foreign Ministers Retreat, which I had the honor to attend, and in the lead up to the 6th BIMSTEC Summit, which is less than a month away. I'm confident that this event will impart more momentum to the growing BIMSTEC process and underline India's commitment to it. I observed that the BIMSTEC Business Forum is bringing important representatives from the public and private sectors, policymakers and think tanks, industry and academia, trade associations, and individual investors on the same platform. Over the course of the event, your expertise and experience, ranging over a wide gamut of issues from traditional areas of focus such as MSMEs and trade facilitations to emerging areas such as blue and mountain economy, would give a positive impetus to increase trade between our nations. The economic focus is in line with the direction of our leaderships. I am also encouraged by the fact that the gender mainstreaming is part of the agenda of the Business Summit. It is in line with Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi's vision of development that is not just women-centric but also women-led. Women-led development was also an integral component of India's G20 presidency, and it is imperative for sustainable development. The BIMSTEC region accounts for almost 25% of the world population, abundant in resources, both natural and human. Greater collaboration amongst us promises to be a shining example of the Global South coming together for the shared goal of development and prosperity of our peoples. At the BIMSTEC Ministerial Retreat last month, we recognized the importance of capacity building, economic cooperation, and connectivity. Such a focus would infuse new energy and commitment into our cooperation. Our discussions focused on the areas of trade, health, space, digital public infrastructure, and societal exchanges. We emphasized on the need for a shared and ambitious BIMSTEC vision, building on our complementary strengths and amiable membership. People, ideas, and cargo have traversed the lengths and breadths of BIMSTEC countries for centuries. This continues to be reflected in not just the strong cultural ties, but also the shared values that brings the region together. How we leverage this shared history and ethos into inclusive and sustainable growth for all in the region, as envisioned by BIMSTEC leaders, is a challenge facing us today. The space for rapid, sustained growth is shrinking in today's world that is marred by many challenges. Unequal globalization has resulted in the over-concentration of technology and manufacturing, rendering a lack of resilience and reliability in supply chains today. Supply chains have fragmented, and control over them is becoming increasingly weaponized. BIMSTEC should play a big part in technology-led re-globalization effort that provides alternate pathways and possibilities. The after effects of the COVID-19 pandemic have still not completely worn off. Conflicts have increased these imbalances. Our part of the world is at acute risk of climate change-related disruptions. Risks of debt, inflation, and foreign exchange imbalances are also a consequence of unsustainable practices. A business as Israel approach is fraught with risk. Friends, BIMSTEC holds a very special significance for India. It lies at the heart of our neighborhood first, Act East, and Sagar policies. The last decade has given India strong growth along with fiscal prudence, appetite for reform, able governance, progressive digital and physical infrastructure, rapid and appropriate skilling of our population, and a vibrant spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship. In India, we are prioritizing skill development and capacity building initiatives to harness the potential of our youth. To this effect, we have today 1,600 global capability centers which are fast evolving into strategic assets driving innovations, digital transformation, and business value. Learnings from these can be of tremendous advantage to the whole region. Another aspect that would strengthen BIMSTEC collaboration would be our commitment towards much larger infra-regional trade figures than what we do currently. And the business community plays an essential role in this regard. Another aspect is the basis of our digital connectivity so as to ensure that the region reaches greater digital dividends. India's digital transformation has been enabled by safe, secure, trusted, accountable, and inclusive digital public infrastructure. India's DPI is respectful for personal data, privacy, and IPR. Adoption of the same by the region will foster ease of doing intra-BIMSTEC business exchanges. Friends, the 6th BIMSTEC summit that will happen later this year in Thailand will play a role in laying a roadmap for future of our cooperation. I have already stated that there exists vast potential for BIMSTEC countries to develop and expand their trade and investment basket. A future free trade agreement will strengthen intra-regional trade. Enhance agricultural cooperation, including the use of innovative technologies, and private sector participation can play a greater role in finding solutions for the common challenges facing us. A cost-effective and robust connectivity. A cost-effective and a robust connectivity ecosystem amongst basic nations will allow for a smooth flow of goods, services, technology, and people across the region. Public-private collaboration in maritime transport, waterways, railways, road connections, and air cargo operations will increase trade efficiency in the region. More collaboration between industry and BIMSTEC countries in science and technology, including in biotechnology, nanotechnology, information and communication technology, space technology applications, agriculture technology, food processing and pharmaceutical technology will be beneficial. Our heritage, culture, and traditions provide for many avenues of increasing tourism potential, including via specialized tourist circuits and ecotourism. Industry participation will assist in enhancing cultural cooperation through increased participation in the development of Buddhist tourism circuit and temple tourist circuit in the BIMSTEC region. Friends, the true spirit of Vishwa Bandhu is reflected in our government's philosophy of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. This is also a commitment abroad, as seen in the developed projects and that we have undertaken. India is committed to lead on its growth story to fast-track means of unlocking opportunities and potentialities for the entire region in these uncertain times. One of the tasks of the CII BIMSTEC Business Summit would be to formulate how each country could leverage its unique strengths to buttress the regional economic system, make it more stable and predictable, ensure its reliance and prosperity. In this endeavor, I recommend looking beyond the role of the government in forging linkages and partnerships. While the governments of the BIMSTEC member states are engaging to provide the right policy framework, private sector also plays a key role in this collective journey towards shared prosperity. I'm confident that the engaging discussions of this forum will result in suggestions that are concrete, practical, and excellent. I wish you all the best in your deliberations. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the release of the CII study on BIMSTEC economic cooperation. And and to His Excellency Secretary. May I request Mr. Banerjee to kindly conclude the session, please.
Address which covers many aspects of business and goes beyond business and gives us responsibility in the business community to see how we can deepen our engagement with the BIMSTEC countries. We will, of course, through the study which you have kindly released just now, and through the sessions, capture these thoughts and see how we are able to come out with a proper action plan and get back to you and to our respective institutions in our countries, BIMSTEC countries, and work closely with our counterparts. I would like to also thank the participation of all our BIMSTEC countries who are represented here today, our honorable ministers, and of course our high commissioners and ambassadors. Very, very thankful for their presence. Ladies and gentlemen, there are very, very detailed sessions which I had spoken about earlier, and with the inputs that we have got now from our dignitaries, it gives us a great momentum to take this business summit forward. I'd like to particularly also thank our Secretary General BIMSTEC, who has mooted many ideas for collaboration between our businesses. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of this inaugural session, and I would like to once again thank